Once again, there's audio issues this episode. I apologize for that. If you don't like, some French guy talking in the background the whole time, then tweet at Megaraphics. And if you don't like weird fucking sounds coming out of his mic, then, tweet at him. Tell him that he fucking sucks.
3, 2, 1, Bob.
Bop.
3, 2, 1, Bob.
Bop.
3, 2, 1, Bob. 3, 2, 1, Bob.
Bop.
3, 2, 1,
Bob.
Bob. 3, 2, 1,
Bob.
Bob. 3,
I
2,
think it's
1,
okay.
Bob. What do you mean? Let's do it a couple more times.
No, I think we're good.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first bonus episode of Shonen Jump Off a Building, where we're not even covering a Shonen Jump series, the Shonen Jump Plus series.
so we're Shonen
Fire
Jump
Punch.
Plus jumping off a building. Cool.
Shonen Jump Off a Building Plus.
Oh my god.
Amazing. Fujimoto, the man, the myth,
Sad.
I can't fucking speak.
Yeah.
Okay, we're restarting. We're restarting.
Not. This is the podcast.
We're
now.
restarting. Hello, everyone.
The
Shut the
man,
fuck up.
the legend,
Hello.
the hero, the Satan himself, Fujimoto.
We're talking about Fire Punch, his first major publication before Chainsaw Man. Yeah, we're gonna do non-spoiler, like quick thoughts,
Yeah,
and then we're gonna go into
recommendation,
the full thing. Okay, Megaraphics, would you recommend Fire Punch?
I would. It's good. Maybe if not, if you're like easily grossed out by like violence or sex stuff, because it's pretty dark.
It's a little bit of a soft seinen, if you will.
Exactly. If you've read Chainsaw Man, you might know a little bit what to expect. It's worse, I'd say.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Easily. So, be warned. But other than that, I think it's a good series. I would recommend it.
Yeah, it's very good. I liked it a lot. I would definitely recommend it. Maybe, yeah, if you're squeamish, then I don't know. If you're a little bitch, maybe it's not for you. But if you're not a little bitch and you like quality manga with some surreal and weird elements to them, like some kind of unconventional storytelling, you'll probably like this. And if you don't like that stuff, you probably will not like it. It gets fucking weird.
Yeah.
And it starts off very weird as well. So check it out. It's good. Okay, let's get into the actual thing. Okay, here's my main contribution for the episode. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I don't know. Am I?
Okay, Agni means flames in Russian.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's pretty epic.
that's it. That's all my knowledge of Russian has amounted to, and I don't have anything else to say for the whole episode. You take over.
Great. Well, we saw a story. The
Uh-huh.
ice witch, but the snow. There's only snow. It's like a post-apocalyptic type story.
Yeah.
In a
Okay.
Snow
First of all,
wonderland.
comparing this to Chainsaw Man a little bit, because it's kind of inevitable. Like, the
Yeah.
comparisons are going to be inevitable. I think this is definitely worse than Chainsaw Man. It's not as complete of a package as Chainsaw Man. It is more kind of rough around the edges. I still like it a lot, but I think the setting is definitely a lot more interesting. The world building is better. Character-wise, it's not as good. But I think as far as like a compelling premise right away, this is definitely more compelling than Chainsaw Man for me.
Yeah, I'd say
also,
it's
the first
stronger
chapter.
start overall than Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, the first chapter is like, because Chainsaw Man starts relatively normal, well, as normal as you can be for Fujimoto,
Well, yeah.
and then gets weird as fuck. But this starts weird as fuck already. Like, first chapter, there's incest,
Yeah.
there's cannibalism, it's weird, like right off the bat, and it's a fucking cool premise. I like the premise of a man who's got like regeneration powers, and he just regenerates while he's on fire the whole time. It's cool. It's a good premise.
I mean, what did you think when like this in the second page, the man gets his arm cut off?
Yeah, well, I mean, I thought that this is about normal for Fujimoto.
Well, that's true. I've read Chainsaw Man, so
Didn't really shock me, but then it grows back, and it's like wow, and then he gives it to a fucking grandma and a bunch of people. Weird. And then his sister wants to have sex with him.
some other
Strange.
type of meat.
I'm not. No, absolutely the fuck not. Okay, and then we get the Doma, the man, the myth, the legend, comes in. That's it. He burns down the fucking village, and the revenge story is in action. Well, kind of revenge story. We'll see later on. We'll see. It gets weird also. Everything gets weird.
So basically, Doma's powers flames that will never stop burning until their fuel is gone. So in the case of Agni, that's never. So...
Yeah, and I really fucking like the scene where he first gets set on fire, and it just like years later, like the first year, you know, he just literally could not fucking move, and he was just howling in pain like one would.
Yeah.
But then eventually, 5 years later, his body kind of gets used to the flames in a way, which I also really like as a concept. I think it works quite well.
Yeah, in 8 years after he's fucking put on fire, can he finally just walk normally?
Yeah, it's painful to visualize.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and his sister gets killed as well, and that's what puts him on a murderous path.
Well, before he was gonna let himself die because he couldn't partially control his regeneration. But then, as she dies, she tells him to live.
Damn.
I wonder if that comes back.
I wonder if that's
later.
gonna. Yeah, I wonder if that's
most
gonna be
likely
a thing
not.
That
I mean,
a lot of
I wonder
people
if the
tell
fact
him a lot.
that she hits his fist, also his punch, if you will, might come back. Most likely not.
No, definitely not.
No.
Fujimoto wouldn't do anything like that. He's kind of a hack, so.
Yeah, that's.
And then he interrupts a convoy of slaves or whatever they are. Are they slaves or are they just...
Yeah, they're slaves.
Okay. And, yeah, there's a fucking mean man who tells a boy to drink his piss or whatever. Fucking weird, whatever.
Epic.
And then he gets fire punched. Amazing.
Yeah, that man does get fire punched. But we meet a pretty important character, I think, there.
Sun.
Yes.
Yeah. Or San, if you're reading the scans for some reason. Yeah, you're stupid.
It's not my fault. The scans I got switched halfway through.
Well, you could have gone on Manga C and just gotten the official ones. So
Manga C,
you're stupid. You're just dumb.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Smart, so I knew his name was Sun, and I'm not. I don't know how the fuck did you change it? Whatever. Fuck translators.
Okay. We meet Sun. We get a flashback of Agni saving his sister. Epic stuff is happening. I don't know, man. Early Fire Punch is definitely it moves pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It's not as weird though. I like the later stuff a lot more.
Yeah, I think until we meet a certain character, it's kind of just fun.
Of course. Yeah, him and Sun are just kind of fucking around.
Sun's this funny man. Well, yeah, 5-year-old boy or something. I don't know his actual age. No, it's like 13 actually, but he's dumb.
Sun is following Agni around, and then he meets a certain mysterious figure on a what the fuck is that vehicle?
Like a
snowmobile.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Agni gets his head cut off, and it's is that his sister? Is it?
No.
Oh.
Just.
But unless.
It's not.
Maybe. Okay. Well. And then after 5 chapters of like this cold dystopian wasteland, I really like this big spread of just this, normal city.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of Wait, how the fuck do you pronounce this city? Buffenschmorf? What the fuck is it?
I need to find it so I can read it. Behemoth Dog or something?
Bamel dog? Yeah, it's some weird shit. I don't know. Speaking of dog.
Oh, God. No.
How do you feel about bestiality megraphics?
Big fan.
Oh, okay, of course. Wouldn't expect anything less from the co-host of Shouldn't Jump Off a Building.
Yep.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of weird sexual stuff in this manga. It's I don't know how I feel about it, but I mean, it's certainly there. It certainly achieves its goal of being weird and somewhat disturbing.
Definitely.
So there's that. What the fuck happens next? Oh, Agni meets Doma.
Oh,
the guy.
But now he's an old man.
But he's a sad old man, and
it's
doesn't
definitely
really
has
want
some
to kill
mental
him.
problems.
Yeah. And then we meet the best fucking character in the manga.
God, fucking finally.
Yeah, finally this manga can get actually good with Togata. Talk about Togata.
Okay, Togata is a funny lady, or is she a lady? Whatever. She's a big fan.
Oh.
She's been alive. She has the same regenerative power as... Well, are they as strong as Agni, or are they about as strong as... Because I know like Agni is particularly strong. Stronger than most of the others. So
okay. Togata is strong with like martial arts, but I don't think they're...
Yeah, I don't think... No, it should be about the same...
Considering Agni's power, like the flame one, it's... Yeah, Togata's not as strong.
So she's...
Fire Punch power scaling? Let's go.
So Togata is like 300 years old. She's been alive for a while. And she used to have a lot of movies. She's a big fan of movies. But sadly, they all got destroyed. And now she's sad.
Togata's great.
Yeah.
Because, it's like one of those fucking YouTube vloggers that just does anything for the content.
Yeah, she's
that's
insane.
just all Togata is. She's all about the content. She's all about the interesting, to get the good fucking shots for a movie. Interesting fucking character. And if she doesn't care, she betrays fucking Agni. Then she goes back to side with Agni and then dies. Sad.
Well, that's a...
But yeah.
That's way later.
A little further on, but yeah. Togata is definitely one of the most entertaining parts of this manga.
Yeah, she feels much close to like a Fire Punch character. Because I'd say most of the Chainsaw Man character are just... I don't know what to say. Like, they lack a little bit of humor.
Oh yes, of course. This Fire Punch character feels a lot more like a Fire Punch character. That's correct.
Oh wait, and I say Chainsaw Man character. Because like, where they're funny, and I guess like Sun has a bit of that since he's an idiot. But in that, most of them are more serious. Like Agni is a little bit since he's also an adulted, but he's a child still in an adult's body.
Then there's a train. They're taking Agni's head to the beach or some shit to drown him.
Yeah, because they want to kill him.
Yep.
Yeah, Togata comes in to save him.
Kill some people on a train.
She almost, as a girl, get raped for the content.
Yeah,
that was a scene.
A little questionable, to be honest.
Nah,
Togata's like not a good person.
Oh, is there even a good person in this manga? I don't think so.
Well, definitely not. This manga has fucking twists and turns all around. As soon as you meet a character who seems somewhat maybe redeeming, they just become just an awful person later on.
Yeah, even my sweet man that I'm going to talk about later.
Who?
You'll see.
Who? Wait, who the fuck are you talking about?
My funny sweet man.
Oh, the fucking man who doesn't talk, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we'll talk about it when he appears.
Yeah, there's a scene on a beach. There's some stuff on a beach. And then, that spread that everyone always posts of, I'll be your hero. It's a good spread.
Yeah, he decides to... So that he can kill Doma, decides to follow Togata and becomes the star because she wants to make a movie. Since she doesn't have any movies anymore, she wants to make one herself. And she finds Agni interesting, or Fireman, I guess, interesting. And she wanted to make a movie about him. And she said, well, I'll find Doma for you and let you kill him if you accept to be my actor. Really, yeah.
Yeah, there's a weird chapter of Sun being put into, like, slavery with a bunch of naked men who just get drained every day.
Their,
it's
like,
a little
superpower.
weird. It's a little depressing. It's a little strange. I don't know.
Yeah. It's fucked, but
yeah.
It's like that.
It is what it is.
It's Fire Punch.
And then, yeah. I love this chapter of them training Agni and also Togata's teaching him English.
That's a good chapter, yeah.
Yeah, just telling him, like, the words that you really need to know, to be honest, like dick and penis and asshole. Just all the words. Actual good words, yeah. Black anus, of course, the famous one.
Classic.
Come on.
English
how can you not know all of these great words? I mean, yeah. Yep, that's it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then Togata is a traitor or some shit? I don't know.
Well,
I guess?
I think she wants just to make her movie interesting, so she goes to Behem Dog to tell them. She wants them to prepare like villains for him to fight. So she asks them to get their prisoners, their like most wanted. They're way too fucking powerful, with crazy powers.
And then Togata is like reveals that, you know, she's got a lot of knowledge. She knows that the Ice Witch isn't real, which is like, this manga, the whole time I was fucking reading it, it goes back and forth between there being an Ice Witch, there not being an Ice Witch, there's an Ice Witch, there's no Ice Witch. I don't even fucking know anymore. Is there an Ice Witch, Mega Graphics?
There isn't.
Well, I guess there wasn't a point to that then. Unfortunate. Yeah. Why the fuck are we doing this like recap shit? It's kind of cringe.
It kinda sucks.
Yeah, let's just switch. Let's just fucking talk about whatever. Let's just fucking talk about it. As you can tell, we're working on the fucking format of this as we're going because this is the first episode of these bonus ones that we're doing. So okay, let's just fucking talk about the ending. I don't fucking. That's what I want to talk about most of all.
There's one. Okay, sure. then we'll make our way back.
Look, yeah, something like that. I don't fucking. Okay, I have this manga right now. Spoiler alert: I have it at an 8 out of 10. It can, depending on this conversation right now, I could see it going up to a 9. I could see it going down to a 7 because I genuinely don't understand, as far as like themes go, what the ending is going for. I don't know because. Look, I understand it, like the last 2 chapters, I understand what happened now, because the first time I read it, I didn't fucking understand what the final page was even like, as far as the story goes, but now I'm like, oh, they died, and the universe ended. That makes sense. Thank you for explaining that, Wet Afros. But then, what the fuck is this trying to say thematically, with, like, what the fuck is her name? Judah being elevated into like a godlike state or some shit where she's in the tree and then I don't know, man. What the fuck is it saying? Explain. Do you fucking understand this?
I understand part of it. I don't know if I understand all of it. There might be stuff that I don't get, but I think I understand some of the main themes that it's trying to go for.
Like?
I don't know, I would say like identity, but also I like different person will perceive you differently. Like a lot of the characters have different names or like Agni, Fire Punch, Fireman, and even at the end he becomes Sun as well. So
I think, look, I'm pretty sure that Fujimoto is not a huge fan of religion. I don't know.
Well, no, he's not.
Just a little bit. I don't think he's a big fan, to be honest. But yeah.
So I do have all my notes are basically on the main theme that I'm talking about. Just like how different characters perceive, the other characters. I guess like in put what's the fucking word that I use when I thought about it? Like expect stuff from the person that they perceive, which is not the actual person. So like for a small example from earlier on, we get when the girl that almost gets raped, Nanette, though, she gets saved actually by Togata, so she can become her camera girl, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if later she calls it Nanette, but for the entire time she calls her like camera girl for at least that portion. At some point she asks, "Oh, stop recording," and so she stops. But then after she's done with like the killing everyone. So, "Oh, did you record that?" Well, no, you just told me to stop. Well, camera girl would have recorded it, but Nanette's not camera girl. So that's like a small example. There's also like Sun, when they are about to get fucked by dogs, they think it's a girl for it most of the time. Like the guy thinks his son's a girl, but then it's a guy. Oh, and gender stuff. I wonder who also has gender identity problems. Maybe Togata. Themes. And yeah, with Togata, she has a bit of a like thing which I feel like a man, but because of my regeneration powers, I can't like get the surgery, and I don't know how they would get the surgery in this fucked up future, but
yeah, I mean you could do like a knife or some shit. I don't know. I'm sure there's a way.
Yeah, I mean the son gets like robot arms, so yeah, there's probably some stuff that she could do, and even that scene, we see Agni saying, you always perceived her as like a big sister. Even though like she thinks of herself more as a man. But then she, at the end of that like conversation, that moment, she accepts that she's like a big sister. She accepts that identity. And she does, and then later on, she does something very, big sister like, whereby she saves him. She sacrifices herself to save him. She dies without now she has her own identity. It's not perfect. For that moment, I'm not exactly sure what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's just she sees herself like a big sis. She does some thing like family like and saves him. So it kind of works with that identity idea. And then, but the ones that have the most stuff are obviously Agni, since he's the main character. And I'd say Judah as well. Because, like, obviously Judah, when we see her first time, she looks like Luna, so Agni thinks she's Luna. And later on, she kind of becomes Luna in a way when she lost her memory. So
everyone in this manga is just on a continuous downward spiral, especially Agni. This man, he's fucking breaking down, dude. It's kind of sad to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's... Yep. It's fun. Yeah, I'll, like when we see Judas first, Agni thinks it's a sister because she looks the exact same. She's like a false prophet. She plays a role of a false prophet or whatever, of a prophet to everyone, Bandlog. And finally, when they get destroyed, she's just happy to be done with it. I can finally die. But then, no one lets her die. A little bit like. No one lets Agni die, but say him to live every time he comes close to dying. Yeah, like forced to become a tree.
Yeah, what? Okay.
So that's the part I don't exactly get. Like I get humanity.
I don't get what the fuck the tree is. Okay, Fujimoto's obviously way too smart for us.
Well,
I mean, obviously. I don't know what the fuck he's doing with the tree. I don't know what he's doing with the tree at the end. It reminded me of. Oh, wait. You only read watched up to part 5 of JoJo, right?
Yep.
Okay, well, something in part 6 is kind of what the ending of this reminded me of. That's all I'll say.
Cool.
But, yeah, people will know if they've read it. I don't know what the fuck I was about to say. I was about to say something. Talk about some shit. I don't know. Talk about the fucking man. The man without who doesn't talk. The guy. Talk about.
Oh yeah, I guess I'll talk about him before going into Agni. I don't even remember what is his name. I don't care. Sweet.
I don't think he has one.
Yeah, probably. Oh, I think he does at the end when he comes back after the time skip. But funny helmet man. He is naked with like a fundoshi on. I think that's pronounced fundoshi or fundoshi, whatever.
What the fuck is a fundoshi?
Like the fucking sumo underwear. I think it's fundoshi. But whatever, and a helmet, and he doesn't speak. And this fucking crazy gymnastics, just jumping in the air, killing people. Like I think he create metal, like blades, metal, whatever. But he creates axe later, so I can't. Yeah, he can't create metal of his body. Fucking weird.
Yeah, the action is I always in Chainsaw Man. I fucking love Fujimoto's paneling. And Fujimoto does some really interesting, like, there are entire chapters in this manga with just absolutely no dialogue. And I think it's a lot more impactful when, you're reading a manga with, like, a normal manga with, like, dialogue. And suddenly there's just a chapter with absolutely none of it. And just everything about it. Like, Fujimoto always knows when to put in dialogue and when not to. And how to make it, much more effective. Because it feels like almost every single line here is not like wasted. Everything leads to something, and when there does need to be dialogue, there's none because it's what that is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I say it's my sweet man because it's a funny design, but I also like the scene where Toga is like, "Aren't you cold in those clothing?" And then just realize he's cold. After like he's fucking stupid, or when he says gives her a fuck you, that's also funny. I like this man, except when he goes and attack Agni at the end. That's sad, and now he's a bad guy.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. I mean, this manga obviously one of the main things in it is just kind of a criticism of how people are very stupid and can be very easily manipulated by religion.
There's other religion stuff, yeah.
It's just, you get to see the behind the scenes of the making of a fake religion and how easily, like, all of the people are just manipulated by, like, anything you say. Like, there's a scene where they're eating parts of Agni and Son is like eats his eye or something and is like, this eye will give you like good vision or something, and someone's like, oh wait, how do you know that? And he's like, oh, I don't know, I just kind of it just is what it is.
Yeah, they just make up stuff and it just makes sense.
It just explains stuff for like like folklore shit or whatever. Like there's like shit like, oh, don't come back into the apartment or some shit when you've already locked her. Like there's weird superstitions like in Russia, especially here. I don't know if you have that shit in like Canada or whatever the fuck.
I mean,
but there's a bunch of like, so that stuff formulates very easily, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. And because people are dumb, it is what it is. And Fujimoto is a based atheist, and he knows what's up. He understands that all this shit is stupid and doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's pretty interesting to see the characters and like the people going from one religion to just another. They go from BM dog, oh, that shit was bullshit all along. Well, now Agni is our new god. Friendship ended with BM dog. Now Agni is my best friend.
And also, like, I don't know if Fujimoto loves cinema or he hates cinema.
I think he hates cinema. He loves B movies though. He just made two B movie manga.
I don't know, because it also seems like it's criticizing like cinema, and in some aspects, and then in other aspects, it's like, oh, cinema's such a beautiful thing, but at the same time, it's like, oh, get raped for my movie. For my fucking epic movie, get raped, child.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know I don't know what he's going for. Fujimoto's a bit of a madman. He's a bit of a nutter.
I think that's the least you can say. Yeah, he's a bit of a madman. He's a bit of a fucking insane maniac that should probably be locked up. But it's fine.
Yeah, and then there's there's the whole movie theater thing. So there's a chapter where Togata tells Agni, like lies to Agni about like after you die, the afterlife looks like a movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
Or was that it? I think it might be.
Yeah.
Is that's basically what it is, right?
Yeah, you have to have like a movie theater.
And then is the first time we see it when Togata dies?
I
Or,
think so.
yeah,
Yeah. I think
I'm
that's
pretty
the
sure
case where
as
Agni
Togata
goes
is
to go. Yeah.
dying, yeah.
God, that seems.
Agni goes with his sister or something.
Yeah, his sister's already there. He goes. He's about to go sit down right next to her, and then Togata pulls them out and takes his place.
And then near the end, we fast forward to like the tree is built, and then we fast forward to I think it's like 10 years in the future when the world is warm again.
Way more years, because Nenette like is an old woman, and Nenette was an old woman about to die. It's like,
okay.
She does die. So it's like 80 years.
I'm so fucking confused now.
It's a lot. It's a couple of years.
Wait, in the ending, Agni isn't on fire either, right?
No,
because of the tree again, right?
Yeah. And when he comes back the last time is saved by like Judah or something, he lost the fire and lost all his memories.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and then that's why he's called Sun, and like and the final fight against like actual Sun and stuff like that, he loses his memories.
Dude, there's so much shit. I read all the last like 20 chapters or something, like at 3 a.m, and I don't remember most of it. It's just kind of like it felt like a bit of a fever dream that I had because it's just insane shit that constantly happens.
I think the last couple of chapters is just so much happening. It's kind of hard to like follow everything. And for me, it's not too bad. I mean, it's my second read through, but still.
Yeah, how did your talk a bit about like how do your opinions change on it, like, and why, you know?
Well, I'm not as confused at what's happening. That was the first time. That was the first time I just got to the end and I was like, what the fuck is happened? This manga, I don't understand this. I didn't care for the ending that much. Now that I actually understand not only thematically but also what's actually happening in the story, I'm like, oh, okay, what was I illiterate? It's definitely, I definitely had a much better experience. Also, I read it like quicker. I don't remember how much time I read it last time, but this time I read it like a couple hours in one go, with like only 2 breaks, one for like eating and one because I fell asleep.
I see. I don't know how the fuck anyone read this weekly.
Oh god.
It's just it's because how you could follow a series this insane weekly and still have any understanding of what the fuck is happening is beyond me, because it's a little strange, as we've mentioned multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's so much to talk about. There's kind of I don't know what to talk about first. So you just talk about some shit. I don't know, dude. Fucking talk about Fire Punch, whatever.
Okay then.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm looking at a couple of last chapters. I just remember. Just like what exactly happens when he beats Sun, then he kisses Jude. Him and Judah kiss, and I guess she makes his head explode, and that's when he dies and comes back as like just a normal person without the fire. I mean, he still got his regenerative abilities, but now he lost his memories and his fire. So that is what happened.
God, I don't know how we've gone this long without talking about the legendary page. Okay, so basically the whole time I was reading this manga, I was every single page turn, I was waiting for the cringe face that I've seen on for a very long time used as a reaction image.
Yeah.
And then when I least expected it, when he turns back into, you know, an actual man, and I flipped the page and I finally saw it. It was a moment of bliss. It was beautiful. It's a great face.
It's really good. It's really great. And the moment that's attached to it is disturbing, to say the least.
Yeah. So okay, I'm trying to remember what the fuck even happened in this whole section, because I remember the ending, I remember the beginning. I don't remember what the fuck the middle section of this manga even was. So basically, the Judah first turns into a tree, and then
Yeah. And completely,
because
yeah, it starts turning into a tree.
there's so many things that, like, if I was, there's so many things that you could classify as an ass pull, but I don't think that's what it
That's
is,
dumb.
like, at all. I think it's because it's definitely serving something thematically. I just can't really understand what the
It's
fuck it
just
is.
the girl that I don't remember her name. The girl that says that she's the ice witch, even though that's not true. It's a lie. Um, she has, I know she has like a couple of the different superpowers that the blessed
Uh-huh.
have, because like apparently in the past everyone looked, well, the past and still in the present they're just like on another planet, I guess. Everyone looked the same and like had all of the powers, and she's like, and that's why Judah also looks exactly like his sister. They're kind of like remnants of that. And Tree Bitch, Ice Witch.
Wait, I'm so fucking confused. So basically, his wait, what? I never fucking understood this. Wait, so his mom was from a different planet?
I don't exactly. That's just not explained at all. Like I know past humans were just all the same, and then they left and left like the remnants on Earth. I guess
So
are
they
not the same, but some of them
all look
are.
like Luna, basically.
Yeah, and I think Sun as well. Because at the end, there's like Sun says, "Oh, you just." At Judah, like, oh, you just look just like me, and he doesn't like that because she's evil or whatever.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
that's
so
easily the most confusing part of it.
you just kind of broke my brain because I kind of forgot that chapter was a thing. That, like, all of them were from a different planet. So I guess Judah is also an alien or some
Well,
shit.
I don't. Not really, no, because they're humans that just after that immigrated, I guess, to a different planet because the Earth was getting fucked.
Uh-huh. And does it explain how, like, was it just because of the tree that Agni first lost his powers?
No, it's, I think it's like when he defeats Sun, Judah kills him. Like he completely did. I think all his body just burns out
I
except.
mean, before that, like, the
Oh, the
first time
first
that he
time. Yeah,
loses his
yeah, yeah. Excuse me.
powers,
Sorry. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. The first time. Yep. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's when he saves Judah. Maybe she couldn't have done the same thing. He kept his memory. So yeah, no, he just kind
Mm-hmm.
of partially sort for like his arm. Can't doesn't regenerate. Does it later?
So it's not, like, really explained, it's just because of the tree, that's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm sure there's some stuff I'm just forgetting because it's Fire
Yeah,
Punch.
I definitely want to reread it in, like, a year or so, because I don't think that I fully, like, got most of it. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll, like, re-flip through it in, like, a week or some shit and try to understand it. But yeah. What else do you have to talk about?
Well, I can continue on my like the little thematic thing that I was talking about earlier because I didn't mention maybe the most important character in that. The
Yeah, go
main
for it.
character of the story.
Yeah.
Everyone has like the different expectation towards Agony, except none of them are actually towards Agony. Is like, oh, he's a god, Fire Punch, or is it the devil, Fire Punch, or is the actor that will play in my movie, Fireman,
Yeah,
or
or the guy who's gonna kill Fire Punch.
yeah.
Or, yeah. Nobody actually cares about Agnew. That's so sad.
No one knows about Agony, basically. And what was I saying? And he
I don't know.
only like the entire time, even at the end when you can't, because not only they expect that, but everyone, a lot of people expect him to live, and they want him to live. Like Togata, we see the main scenes with Togata and Luna, and only at the end where there's literally no one to expect anything from him. When the earth is dead, the tree's partially gone. There's just him and Judah, both with no more memories because it's been thousands of years. So there's no one. They don't have any identity or nothing. So they just finally are able to die. That's the good ending.
Huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
Well, yeah. When death is the best ending, it's not a happy manga.
yeah. I mean, it's like it's still considered like a positive end where they're like, ah, yes, that's cool. I can now watch the movie in the cinema. It's God.
Do you think Chainsaw Man is gonna end in a cinema?
I hope not. I don't want to have a bad ending because yeah, even though like I do think it's interesting how it does with identity and stuff like that. How at the end they die. It's like interesting and stuff, but I don't like that. That's a good positive thing. Even though I don't, like the fact that just everything just destroys and dies and Agony and Judah just die. It's I don't care for it that much. That's my biggest problem with the series. Other than that, like it's fine and it works thematically and stuff like that. It just bugs me, rubs me the wrong way.
So you would rather have him just keep going, or
I feel
what?
like he should decide to live like on his own, which he kind of does at some point, but not really. Like I would like to him for himself to decide that the best thing to do is to live.
Yeah. Instead of people like always telling him to live, but him not wanting to live, just him,
Yeah,
actually wanting
now
to
that
live.
he makes his own decision, instead of it being, oh, I can die now, finally, it's I could live, but for myself or something. That's what I would prefer. They have to have like a big alteration because there's no planet anymore. The Earth is dead and stuff. But like if
Well, maybe before all that happened, maybe there was a moment that we didn't see where he was like, "Oh, I actually want to live."
well, there is a moment where he says, "I want to live," but then after that he dies and loses his memories, and then he wants to die. So I don't. That's where I'm like,
And also, like, okay, so during last week's not seasonal, what the fuck was it? We're not recording that one. Yeah, the weekly regular one. You said that there was a connection with like Fire Punch that you were gonna make.
Yep.
When you actually like, so what's that about?
well, Denji.
No.
Oh, sad.
Who's that?
You know Chainsaw Man.
No.
You know Agony.
Yes.
You know Fire Punch.
Yes.
They basically have the kind of same type of relationship where there's basically two characters. Like Denji and Chainsaw Man aren't the same exact thing as our Agony and Fire Punch.
So it's also the same identity thing you were talking about earlier?
Exactly. That's what I got from like last chapter. I'm sure there's more in Chainsaw Man. Like when I reread it,
him with Makima telling him that he isn't like Chainsaw Man.
It's kind of like that scene where Sun sees Agony with like his face completely on fire, like a monster.
Oh,
like,
shit!
It's basically well, not exactly the same, but very very similar. Oh, you're not our god. You're different. You're slightly different. You can't be the same. So yeah, I mean, a couple of people like made that connection when the chapter came out. I also posted it on Twitter, like, posted the 2 pages, like, I wonder what it could be. I don't remember my actual tweet, but yeah. So yeah, that's a thing.
So, do you think that's gonna play into like Chainsaw Man's ending, which is in 2 weeks or some shit?
Maybe, yeah. Also, I'm just gonna say that was from issue 52 or 50. Or wait, was it issue 1? Because issue 1 is the next one.
Issue 1 is this week, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
well,
52 or some shit, yeah.
Because this bonus episode might come out after issue 1 comes out. So I just want to say that we're not talking about the chapter with issue 1. We're talking about the chapter before that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to see more. I definitely want to read Chainsaw Man now because I'm sure there's more to it that I don't get.
Yeah, after reading Fire Punch, there's definitely some connections to be made. I don't know, because I was definitely thinking of stuff while reading it, but I should have written down notes, and I'm very stupid because I write down notes for the weekly ones, but I didn't write down notes this time, but I definitely will for Black Cat when we actually, So I'm gonna actually have stuff to talk about. Because now there's a lot to discuss here.
It's just
But
confusing. There's just so much. Again, a lot in a very short package. It's kind of hard to
yeah, it was the
parse
time
through it.
skip, and then they Judah is now doesn't remember what happened in the past, and she's basically like in an infantile
Yeah.
state, and they're living with a bunch of people who are a bunch of like women, and then wait, Doma gets killed before this, right? And Togata
Yeah.
also gets killed before this.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, after Togata dies, I think is the point where it becomes very like dense and packed and confusing.
Exactly. You know,
And
and because it's not really an arc structure, like I'm sure it's gonna be easier for later. We can all talk about like specific arcs and talk about specific moments, and then go to the next arc. Well, this is like there's one arc and it's Fire Punch and it's 8 volumes. It's kind of hard. It's dense as fuck.
yeah, for 8 volumes, this felt like 20 volumes of content.
Yeah, but not reading wise, because it's.
Oh no, reading wise, it's a quick read for anyone except me.
Yeah, I didn't say it this time.
Well, yeah, you know, you were thinking it.
Well,
Also, I like whenever Fujimoto just another thing about the art. I like whenever he does these panels where it's kind of the same panel, but something is changing every time. Like for example,
Yeah.
there's a scene where Togata is driving a truck, and then like some guys
that
get
seems so
in the
fucking
truck,
funny.
and it's like the same continuous like panel structure. But also, if you look closely, it's redrawn. Like the whole thing is redrawn every single time because Fujimoto's not a hack. Unlike Boichi, who reused that fucking face a couple weeks ago, fucking hack. And what else was I fucking talking about? Oh yeah, it's the same. It's basically the same panel of the truck driving, but like every time is the guy's getting in the truck. Now Togata's just taking him out, and like now he's just laying there dead, and another guy's getting in, and it's good. It's interesting.
No,
I like.
And the guy that scene actually made me fucking laugh out loud. It's great. I love Togata.
Yeah, Togata is one of the more fun elements of the manga. A very bleak and depressing manga.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
What else do you have to talk about?
Honestly, not much. Trying to think if there's any characters we could talk about like if is there like a moment in Chica's like your favorite moment or something, or like
What's yours?
It's either at the it's either Togata's death, like a sacrifice to save Agni I really liked, or I think at the end when Agni, close to the end when Agni decides he wants to live again and Fire Punch, because I think sure it's the same moment. Now I hope I'm not wrong. Like, we see all of his like people as they're dying punching his fist and saying him to live, and then his like burned out corpse with like only a little bit of fire on his fist touches Sun and decides I want to live. That's like
I Want to Live, One Piece?
Yeah. Exactly, it's One Piece. Fuck, you're right. It's just One Piece again. Yeah, no, that's probably my favorite moment. That's kind of one I would have liked him to do at the end. Not just, death is better actually. But, it's fine.
Yeah, my favorite moment is that whole section basically of Togata's death. Also, like before that, like him killing Doma's whole family.
That's also a great scene. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very disturbing. Like whenever a character isn't in control of their actions and is just going completely fucking berserk, and you know that this isn't
I wonder where I saw a scene like that. Also, not that long ago.
Oh, a certain manga called I don't remember the fucking manga. What is the manga?
Chainsaw Man?
What is that? I've never read that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. Yeah, it's always fucking disturbing because I know I'm like this isn't what you want to be doing. You just said like 5 seconds ago that this isn't what you want to be doing, and then he just slaughters his whole fucking family, and it's disturbing and very well done. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah, I just
that's
realized that,
that.
the two moments that I was talking about aren't the same. And I don't know where the other one is, so I want to live moment is good.
Yeah, and maybe that's also like right after that is the movie theater scene of him and Luna. I think that just that whole section is basically
Yeah.
my favorite moment. I guess like those 5 chapters or something.
Mm.
Yeah. Do you have anything else to say about Fire Punch, or should we just go like final thoughts, basically?
Who's your favorite character?
Um, it's between Agni and Togata. Probably Togata.
Okay,
But
so yeah, same.
Agni started out as kind of like a blank canvas, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and then after a while, seeing his like slow descent into madness and his like existential crisis was both fucking terrifying and also interesting. But yeah, Togata is just a interesting, entertaining character, fun to watch, and the gender stuff was interesting. It
Yeah,
was
I also like
it
always
was cool. I
set up
appreciated
even
it.
in her introduction where she's like, she says when she's recording herself and she's like, I don't remember the exact lines. Oh, no, girl, I need to like sleep, eat, and then she's like, oh, the girls shouldn't say masturbate. And even though she just says it because she's not a girl exactly, Haha.
Oh,
Oh, set up.
yeah,
Yeah, for me. I think Agni is like the more interesting character overall. He's also
yeah.
in more of the mangas that does help, but I like Togata's personality. She's more of a fun character to follow, and when she does get in a breakdown, she has like her discussion with Agni. It's real good. I think it really works well. Yeah, it's a good manga.
Yeah. Final thoughts. It's like an 8 out of 10 for me. I think I could give it anywhere between a 7 and a 9. Anywhere in that range. I wish maybe on second reread, like keeping the ending in mind, I'll understand it a bit more.
Second reread. You planning on rereading it twice already?
Oh, not second reread. Second reading. Just shut the fuck up, okay? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna maybe understand it a little better. What it was going for, like overall. But still, even not understanding what the fuck it's going for overall, I still liked it a lot. Art is great. It's creative. It's something that you're never gonna
It's
fucking
definitely
read
something.
again.
You're right.
You're not gonna look. There's not a lot of manga like this,
No.
Any Fujimoto manga is very unique and a bit of a soft seinen, if you will.
Exactly.
I mean, this one is definitely more of a soft seinen than
Then Chainsaw Man, yeah.
than Chainsaw Man.
Even though it's still in a Shonen magazine, let's go.
Yep. No, I thought this was actually a seinen.
At first I thought, but
and then
it's not.
Yeah, and then I looked, and it. I mean, it's in Jump Plus, which is Shonen, I guess. So,
Yeah.
huh?
I think
Yeah.
just Plus is a way more loose.
Yeah,
So-
Plus has like extras in there, and after a while, I think extras might have started in Jump or some shit, or like another Jump spin-off
Didn't start in
magazine.
Square, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. And then, because after like 5 chapters, it becomes uncensored. So I'm guessing that's the moment that it moved to Jump Plus. Yeah, so
Probably.
Jump Plus just doesn't really give a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
you can do whatever you want.
I think it's an online magazine as well, so it's like there's something. I don't know exactly the deal with Plus, but I think that's the case. Oh yeah, I think it's just
Yeah.
an app or something. Well, I'm not exactly sure. I should probably look into it before talking about it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. Would obviously recommend it. I mean, we just spoiled everything basically in it.
Yeah.
Well, no, we didn't spoil everything. There's still like a lot of elements that
Yeah,
we
that
just
we
didn't
just-
get to. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I also gave it like a low 8, I guess, for me. I used to, my first read through, I gave it a 7 because I didn't get it. But yeah, on the second time, I liked it way more. I'm just rubbed off a little bit weird, but I just don't really like the ending that much. But other than that, it's a good manga. Again, pretty much as you said, art great, characters are fine, pretty cool, pretty good, and yeah, it's definitely unique. It's a B movie, but it's a manga. Fucking Fujimoto.
Oh yeah, and don't they actually like use the term like B movie actor or something in this?
Yeah.
No, they say like someone is a oh yeah, because the god or they were making the main leader of whatever the fuck
Of yeah,
city
behavioral
it's
dog.
called. They're making like the main guy into a god, and they're showing like propaganda on like the televisions there.
It's
But
just
the
like
man is
it's
just
an action
it's
movie.
just a shitty action movie of a guy going to hell and like beating up demons
It's
or
the best
something.
of the worst action movie.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, fucking super creative manga. I really I want to reread it now that we've talked about it more.
Same.
But I gotta get to Black Cat. Can't wait.
Also, I have to do that. Which is our next
Yeah.
time on a bonus episode. Eventually, we're gonna do Black Cat.
Yeah. Join us next time for Black Cat, and after that we're doing Dragon Quest. I think, right?
Yes.
Dragon Quest or Beelzebub? I think it's Dragon Quest. Though.
It's Dragon Quest, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this was kind of a mess of an episode, but next
Yeah.
time I'm gonna take notes. Megraphics, you should take a little bit of notes. So we're not just going. What else do we have to talk about the whole time?
We'll see.
Okay. Thank you everybody for listening. Shonen jump off a building. We don't have like an outro yet.
No,
We should do something for an
goodbye.
outro. That's it. Just goodbye. I mean, that's kind of standard.
See you next Tuesday.
I think that's taken.
Oh, sad.
Yeah.
See you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday. It's not even fucking Thursday. It's not.
No,
It's not. It's
definitely
not even
not.
that. Well, I'm gonna release it on Thursday. We're fine.
No,
Don't
release it
worry
on
about
Wednesday.
No.
Make it funnier.
Bye.
Goodbye.